I read Things Fall Apart in secondary school, and I found that there was more theater in the book than just storytelling. I saw theater, I saw drama, I saw dramatic elements, I saw dramatic situations, and I thought this novel is better as a play than even as a novel. Then I went to Segun Olushola, Ambassador Segun Olushola, may God rest his soul, to take me to Achebe to obtain permission, approval to adapt the play, the book into a play. He was living on Broad Street in Lagos. I was working with Radio Nigeria, somewhere like that. So Olushola took me to him upstairs, and he saw me, young boy. He said, yes, you think you're up to the task? And I told him that I've written so many Yoruba plays and all that. And he said, okay, go ahead. You'll be the first person to adopt the play, and I wish you luck. I told him I was already considering the same for Cyprian-Nequensis, Iska, and I was doing the same thing with Jane Eyre, Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, and Ngugu's Weep No Child. Yes, I was 19.
When you met Chinua Achebe,
yes,
did you fall in love with him?
I don't know whether the word is love. I've always followed him. I mean, when I was reading him as a secondary school boy, I fell in love with his writing. I fell in love with the simplicity of his prose, the unpretentiousness of his message to the world. Because when you read Things Fall Apart, it's not just writing a story; it's addressing humanity. So I saw beyond the story of Okonkwo, Ikemefuna, Oberika, and so on, Weye, and so on. I saw a man talking to humanity, juxtaposing the white man's culture, African culture, and all that, and the tragedy of culture shock and culture challenges, and so on and so forth. And the triumph of the African in that novel, even though people will say it is tragic for Conco, no, there was a triumph, because he established the supremacy of his culture and pointed to the world whoever violated that supremacy, whichever African tended to insult the supremacy of his culture, may then go the way Okonkwo went. So it was more the celebration of his culture, celebration of Africanness. So when I saw him, I saw that in his eyes. I saw that looking at his head, as if I was penetrating his skull. And then I fell in love with him at that point in time. And I would have been very sad if he had rejected my request.
He didn't reject you?
No, he didn't. He embraced it. He encouraged me.
Have we digested the meaning of this work intensely in this part of the world?
I don't think so. We have not done enough for humanity, for humanities, that is for literature, history, the study of life, psychology and all that. Maybe the Achebe generation, the Awolowo generation, the Pepper Clark generation, even Abiola Irele and so on, or to some extent Oshopeso and Jeyifo. But generally the generations after them are more concerned about just passing exams. And in the case, that was the design of the colonial master. They didn't intend for us to reason. We are prepared for just exams, just garbage in, garbage out, just pass and go and take certificate. The culture of understanding, of studying humanity, of interrogating the concepts of life, we are not exposed to them. And now that everybody is jammed this and that, poverty in the universities and so on, polytechnics and college education. Nobody really cares about humanity. So people, I mean, books like Achebe's Things Fall Apart or Ngugi's Weep No Child, people really don't give it. They just read the surface, pass the exams, ask them questions about Okonkwo, then they just, I'm talking of people really understanding the depth, like you rightly said, on the depth of any work of art.
So has this affected the way we think as a people?
Oh yes. I mean, very well so. Our children, grandchildren, they really don't, they're not interested.
Have we become more mentally shallow?
Very much so.
And it's penetrating every sphere of society.
Yes, it does. It is.
Even governance.
Unfortunately. Who are the governors? Again, we make them feel important in this country. Who are they? Who is the governor? Who are they? What's their background? How much knowledge do they have?
And you need knowledge to grow a society.
They don't have it. And that is what my friend Dr. Farumbi has always harped upon. The recruitment into leadership in Nigeria, into political leadership, the recruitment is so poor, it's wretched. Somebody will just maybe he worked for Abacha or stole some money in America or in England or whatever, came back with some cash, then, push his way through, and then you make him a governor, you make him whatever, Nothing. You can't say, you say a governor of, say, X state or Y state. You cannot pin that governor to any philosophy he has ever espoused in his life. You cannot quote him on anything because he has never been there.
So deep thinking is no longer part of leadership.
No. And because they don't have it, since they don't have it, they cannot give it.
So for the Achebes,
oh wow,
they wrote for people of the past.
Yes, that's right.
People of the future are not ready to dive deep into these words.
No. Even a man of the people, even the ones that are more relevant to politics and political life, they don't read them.
Achebe did not win a Nobel Prize.
Unfortunately.
Was it unfortunate?
It's unfortunate because I think it was more deserving than many other people who have been given Nobel Prize in the world.
State Affairs with Edmondo Bilo is live.
That's Chief Tola Adeniyi there, acclaimed journalist. You want to read about Tola Adeniyi? There's a book here entitled Abba Sahid, a literary portrait of Tola Adeniyi by Edi Ayo Ojo. Abba Sahid is the story of the renowned journalist